Happy Christmas, everybody! Hello, how are you all? Happy Christmas! Yay! I do hope you are all well. I'm well, and not only am I well, I'm warm. Hallelujah! Oh, it feels so good. Thank you. Christmas presents of some cash, and I'm using it to put the heating on for the day. Maybe not the whole day. I feel like my cheeks are really pink because I've just had a hot bath as well with my Radox, which was, oh, it was heavenly. Absolutely heavenly. So I've got my thermals on still because I'm just used to wearing them, but I'm feeling quite warm. Thank you for putting my heating on today. It's going to be on tomorrow as well because this is actually Christmas Eve for me. So I'm having two Christmases because I'm filming today in order to share tomorrow. So yay, I hope you're all well. Let's start off with the pickle stuff first of all. I know that quite a few of you won't be where you planned to be because in the UK we've got these rail strikes and just travel chaos going on. So look, I hope if you're not where you wanted to be, if you feel a bit stranded, if you're not with the people you want to be with, I know I can't make up for that, but please come in. You're welcome here. There's tons of room on the sofa if you squash up, pull up a chair. There's blankets, there's cushions, there's quilts everywhere. Get yourself snuggly and just, come and hang with me for a little while. And likewise in North America, oh my goodness, what's it called? A bomb cyclone? So, I know you've got it pretty rough over there at the moment. And please don't drive. Don't go anywhere. Just stay at home. Just hunker down, stay at home. If you're not, like I say, if you're not with the loved ones you plan to be, it'll have to keep, won't it? You'll have to do it later on. In the meantime, we can hang together. I've got myself a little glass of something. And for those of you who've never seen me drinking wine before, I should just add, it's a massive glass, but it's a spritzer, so it's only half wine, half water. That's why it's so very pale. I'm actually really warm, and it's lovely. It's like it's the first time in weeks that I felt relaxed indoors. It's really nice. Thank you so much. Oh yes, and also in terms of the pickles, get the pickles out of the way. I've got a few. Oh, you're going for a little walk, aren't you, Robin Card? I've got a few Christmas cards, but literally this is the only one that's come as a card in the post. There's a couple of hand delivered. There's a couple of other cards which have come within a parcel because in the UK we've had these postal strikes. This is the third Christmas on the trot when I'm just almost zero post. Honestly, after the last 2 years with not getting any post, like pretty much no post at all. Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember now, but my mum had sent me a sort of ready to make nut roast. You know, you add water and bake it. But I think it came on something like February the 12th. It's ridiculous. And I was so looking forward to things being a bit more normal this year. Careful what you wish for. But no, with the strikes. So apparently the postal workers have been told to prioritise parcels because they're piling up, and it's a health and safety thing. You know, the parcels may fall over and hurt them. So I've only had one post since it was about the 18th of November I had post, and since then I've had one post which contained that card, a card gift from my uncle, which I'll share with you in a second, and otherwise it was bills, my national insurance bill, yay! What else was in it? There was just stuff I'd rather have not had. And the thing is, I mean, you know, I'm going to talk about Christmas today, obviously, because it's Christmas. There's a lot of it I'm really happy to do without, but I love for Christmas Day to have cards and letters to open. I love reading letters from friends and family and what have you. Not the round robins. I don't really care for the round robin letters. They always seem to be just a list of showing off, don't they? Anyway, so yeah, the post has been a bit wonky. Travel has been, everything's wonky. So we just have to make the most of what we've got and where we're at. But I love it. I love this day every year. I love the run up to Christmas. It just feels like, for the most part, okay, let's just park the fact that there are still horrible things going on in the world. We acknowledge that. We're going to park that just for today. One of the reasons I love Christmas is it just feels like in the weeks building up to Christmas that they seem happier, they seem friendlier, more likely to stop and chat with a complete stranger in the street. I love that. People seem to be more sort of giving, more altruistic. Love that. I wish it could go on all year. You know, and I know some people it does go on all year. And maybe if it went on all year, it wouldn't feel so special now. But anyway, I love that. I was thinking about this last night, the way I live my life. In my head, it's kind of like I'm always in a Hallmark film video in my head. So Christmas, Hallmark Christmas, that's what's playing in my head right now. And I know, you know, there are times when I can sound and be really cynical, and I am cynical about a lot of things, but I can't speak. I'm Hallmark in here. Yay, cheers. Have you got a little tipple to share with me? What's your tipple of choice? I'm just having wine this year. I didn't go for bubbles. I don't go mad. I never go mad at Christmas. Nice things, have treats. Like I was saying in Treats for a Tenner, you know, that to me is sort of the essence of Christmas dinner. It's not about having mountains and mountains and mountains of food, but it's about having things that maybe the rest of the year you do without. And it kind of goes back to, I don't know my Christmas history, but that idea of that midwinter feast when there's very little fresh food around, there's very little, oh, my poor garden, never mind, we won't think about the garden today, but there's less fresh stuff around, so we have things like our dried fruits, and they're precious, they're really precious. You wouldn't have dried fruits every day, so cook them into a lovely pudding to celebrate this midwinter festival. Oh, love it, love it, love it. I have no idea what I'll be eating today. I suppose I'm a bit unconventional in that way, that I don't really go for that traditional Christmas lunch, dinner, whatever you call it, whatever time of day you have it at. You know, the vegetarian traditional Christmas lunch would be a nut roast and all the veggies. I haven't had a nut roast for ages. So yeah, not quite sure what I'll be eating today, but I've got nice things in. I bought some carrots because I can't grow carrots anymore, apparently. I bought some Brussels sprouts because I love them. I love my Brussels sprouts. And I know they kind of divide people. It's either love or hate. I love them just as they are. So I bought some Brussels sprouts. I bought some potatoes because my potatoes got frozen in. I haven't even tried to dig any up yet. If I dig them up, they'll be mush by now. Yeah, so I've got all sorts of veggies in. What else have I got? I've got a pizza base in, so I could make myself up a pizza because I've got some cheese as well. What else did I get in especially? I got some dried figs, again with the dried fruits. Oh, I love dried figs. Trying to think what else I've got in. I bought some fruit. I've got some apples and satsumas. So I don't normally buy fruit, but yeah, if you remember back to the whole penny jar thing, I said I was going to keep 20 quid of it for myself for Christmas. So normally where I'd spend about 10 quid a week. Anyway, I spent 20 quid, blown the budget this time, but yeah, I haven't gone too mad. And I don't know, it feels at the moment, maybe we're all kind of, maybe not just because of the cost of living crisis, I don't really want to go there today, but you know, maybe the last few years we've all kind of thought, hang on, what is important? And we've pared back that spending, because actually that's not the important thing. The important thing is friends and family, isn't it? And I feel really bad for anyone who's I've put extra light in today in the hopes that my camera would cope. Sorry if my eyes are flicking there. It's just where my screen is to see if I've gone fuzzy. It might have to be a listening video rather than a watching. Yeah, I feel bad for folk whose travel plans have been wrecked this Christmas, because I know that for a lot of people, the last 2 Christmases, it was wrecked as well. So I do feel for you. Hopefully you can do something later on. But yeah, I hope we've learned, you know, in the last few years, what is important. And really the important thing in life is love, isn't it? It's the love and support we get from friends and family. And you know, family doesn't have to be a biological family either, does it? A family can be, it's basically, it's people who love you unconditionally. They love you for all your faults as well. They just love you. So yeah, cheers to family, however your family is organised. Chin chin. Oh, I've just thought, hang on, we haven't started properly, have we? We need our cracker. Now, any of you who watched last year, have I gone, oh, I'm not fuzzy now, yay. I don't know why. Poor camera. Will it help them a bit closer? That's too close, sorry. If you saw last year, this is a gorgeous reusable cracker that Geraldine made for me. Thank you, Geraldine. Now, obviously, this is right up my street, because it's a sustainable way of having a cracker, so it's not going to bang. It's got Velcro. So, also, I've only got one of them, so we have to share. However, that's not a problem, because I'm the one who got to fill the cracker. So, shall we see what's in it for you and for me? Come on, pull. Oh, so it doesn't make a snap. It's the Velcro. I love this. Right, where to put my end? Okay, there we, oh, don't knock the wine over, Vivi. So first to come out, oh, I thought these were going to come out together. It's hat time. Oh, can I get it out? Now, within it, there's also a reusable hat, but there's only one. That's mine. So, oh, there's the jokes. So I made a hat. Where's the front? Where's the back? I made a hat for all of you. I'm going to model it for you to start with. It's creased. They always are, aren't they? Do you like your hat? I think you'd better. Oh, it's not bad actually, is it? There we go, without the crease. Anyway, that's yours. Hold on. Oh, blah. You look gorgeous. Right, let me get mine on. Mine ties, so I could have red side or green. I'm not sure which I like. I should have thought about doing the ties. Gone fuzzy again. Never mind. We'll just have to put up with this fuzziness. Or red. I think red. Hold on. I love it because it ties. It can fit the person it's landed on. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Are we there? I might have done it a bit too tight. There we go. Jaunty hat. Okay, time for the joke. Right, my joke. What do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? A stick. I love that. I went online and looked up cheesy cracker jokes. Brilliant. Okay, your joke. I'm getting warm. It's wine and warmth in the flat. What do you get if you eat Christmas decorations? You get tinselitis. Oh, I've got tinselitis. Brilliant, brilliant. What's the present? Hang on. There we go. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Can you see? It's little seashells. No plastic tat in our cracker. You see. These wee shells. Oh, these are the wee shells I picked up on the beach at Whitstable when my sister and I went down in the summer to go and collect Auntie Teapot. So I thought, they are lovely for our Christmas cracker. Yay! Now stop fiddling with that hat. It looks perfect on you. Leave it alone. Stop fiddling. Sorry. I felt like I was about to sneeze. Anyway, nose blowing off camera. So, how is your Christmas going to pan out? Do you have a very kind of traditional sort of set day? Do you do the same every Christmas? If that gets disrupted, does that kind of throw things off for you? Or perhaps you're like me and you're like, yay, we'll do whatever we fancy, whenever we fancy. I suppose it depends if you're entertaining. If you've got all the family over or a bunch of friends, and also, you know, whether we do things differently with family and with friends. I know I do. In the past, I've had a couple of Christmases in London, not in this flat, it's too small, but a couple of Christmases where I've had various friends from around the world who sort of live and work in London who can't get home to their family for Christmas. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America. It's like, yay, come over to mine and we can have a waifs and strays Christmas. And those occasions, I have to say, are way noisier, way more boisterous than if I'm with my family for Christmas. Very, very different Christmases. Both lovely. This year I'm on my own. As I have been for the last couple of years. Obviously previous years it's because of sort of lockdown, and actually that's fine by me. I don't want anyone to ever, and I've had this in the past, people saying, oh, you poor thing on your own for Christmas, oh, you poor thing. I'm not a poor thing. I actually really quite enjoy it. I enjoy all different types of Christmases, but being on my own, yeah, I really enjoy it. You know, ultimately, for me, it's a day off. It's a day, well, it's going to be 2 days off, isn't it? Because I'm going to have another day tomorrow. But yeah, I love it for the fact that it's a day off. I can kick back and do what I want. You know, if I don't want to get up till 11 a.m. because I haven't gone to sleep till 5 a.m, brilliant. I get up at 11 a.m. and I'll trudge around in my thermals and my sweatpants if I want to. Don't have to get dressed up. If I was with family, I'd be kicked out of bed by 8 a.m. So yeah, I'm perfectly happy to do that. Oh, fuzziness. To do that on my own. And just, I don't really plan the day. I just go along and do as I... What helped last time? Did it help when I put my hand up? I can't remember. It's annoying. Does sad face help? Yeah, just, you know, go with the flow. When I fancy eating, I'll start cooking. Later on, if I fancy nibbling, oh, I've got a confession to make. You know, oops, sorry, that's because I've drawn you in too closely. That fabulous selection box, oh my goodness, it didn't disappoint. The bars were really tiny, they were small bars, much smaller than, you know, when you buy them individually. I was going to save it till Christmas Day. I've scoffed a lot. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. In 5 days, I've scoffed 6 bars. I had the last this morning for breakfast. That's what I mean. Do what you want. Go with the flow. It's like my day. Yeah, the last one this morning was the chocolate buttons, which were so yummy. So yeah, the whole selection box is gone. And I'm going to start talking about gifts in a second, but I've got a huge box on the floor next to me. It came from Nikki. Now, Nikki, hello Nikki, thank you, lovely. Nikki's in the States and she ordered, I think it looks like basically it's a food hamper for me from a British company. But there were slight issues about getting it delivered. So we were in touch quite a lot. And then a parcel came and I thought, this must be it. It only came doesn't matter, 2-3 days ago it arrived, but there was nothing on the outside to say what it was, who it was from, the company or whatever, so I wasn't sure, so I had to open it. That's my excuse. And then I could see straight away, okay, this must be it. So I was able to get in touch with Nikki to say, it's arrived, thank you, I'm going to save it until Christmas Day. However, I've been really naughty, because right in the top was, oh, come on camera, Cope, stem ginger cookies. Oh, they're so good. I said they were so good because it was in the top, it was winking at me. I hooked it out and I scoffed them. Scoffed a lot, gorgeous. Now, I was saying when I was doing the pucker tea tasting, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to turn the camera off for a second and turn it back on to see if that helps. That's the way to solve technical issues, isn't it? Turn it on, turn it off, turn it on again. Hang on. Hopefully that might work. I've just taken those cards off so that the camera knows it's supposed to be focusing on this and not the cards. Fingers crossed. Yes, as I was saying, the stem ginger cookies. Oh, they were so good. And when I was doing the pucker tea tastings, I was saying how I didn't like the ginger tea. It's like scratchy water, and that I don't put ginger in my drink in the morning because I don't like it. And I don't. However, what I do like, actually not like, love, I love stem ginger. Crystallized stem ginger. I just salivated thinking about it. And I love gingerbread, ginger nut biscuits, stem ginger cookies. I love them. So they've been scoffed. I cannot wait to dive into the rest of that box. I may do a little bit of it with you. Right. Yes. So, talking about the post, and I just love this. So this is my card / Christmas gift from my uncle. Now, some of you may have seen previous. You may have seen you know what? I'll try and ignore it. I will try my best to ignore it, because if I keep going at the fuzziness, it will just get really, really irksome. If you watch previous Christmas Day specials with me, you may remember, you may not, but every year for Christmas, my uncle buys me, my sister, my mum. His gift to each of us is actually, it's a gift for someone else, and it's done in our name. And he tries to make the gift something that I would like, or something that's personal to me, but it's for someone else. And it's a charity thing. So over the years, what have I had? For example, one Christmas I was given a goat. I actually would have loved a goat, have a little goat in my flat. I'd love that. I love goats. I love how they smell. I love everything about them. Anyway, so all the presents that I've had have then gone to a family in, for example, Malawi. So I was given a goat that was given to a family in Malawi. I was given one year some farming tools, you know, a mattock, that sort of thing. That goes to a family. Was it last year or the year before? I had a load of seed. I loved that one. I mean, I can't think of anything more perfect for me than than to receive the present of seed that is going to go to a family in Malawi. So this year it's slightly different. Instead of me getting a gift that goes to a family, my sister gets a gift that goes to another family, my mum gets a gift that goes to another family. Instead, all three of us, it's a collective gift that's going to go to a whole village. I've got my hanky ready because this is the sort of stuff that makes me cry from joy. Oh, right. I should, you know what? I should always save this stuff till last because it really does make me weepy, happy weepy. I should save it to the end so my mascara don't run, or invest in some waterproof mascara. Anyway, this present, it's so beautiful and perfect. Our present is a solar panel setup for a village, and it's going to be for drawing water and putting it into an irrigation system on the crops, so that village can keep their harvest, keep their precious crops watered. And you know what, how perfect is that for me after this year of, I can't begin to tell you how much I hated that daily drudge of watering and keeping my veggies alive. It was horrible, absolutely horrible. It was painful on my body, it was sweaty, and I was doing it in the morning, quite early most mornings, and so, excuse me, by the time I get home, I would just feel so exhausted and wiped from it. So the idea of this village being able to get their crops watered through an irrigation system where that water is pumped up and pushed out into the fields with solar panels, I just love that. And of course, a good harvest, A, it feeds the village, but B, of course, any surplus can then be sold and traded to support in other areas like education and health. Oh, I love it. What an absolutely beautiful and perfect gift. Thank you. Obviously, I should be writing to my uncle to say thank you. I love that. I love his present every year. I really, really look forward to it every year. I think, go on, surprise me. What am I getting this year? I want another goat. Oh dear, maybe I can adopt a goat for myself, for them. Also, in the post came, when I started to open, I thought, oh no, I'm not going to open it. So, you remember me talking about my lovely friend Jim over in Buffalo. Crikey, I didn't actually look on... We've been getting news in England or in the UK about the storm, the snow storm in America, but I haven't seen any reports specifically about Buffalo. I'm going to finish this and message him. But last year, I still got the gift tag on because, fuzzy wuzzy, because even the gift tag is cute. It's got a lovely vintage vibe. But this is a woolly bauble, I call it my Jim ball, that Jim knitted using the Argh and Carlos Knitted Baubles pattern book. One of you was very quick and snaffled that up from my shop as well. So I just spat. Yeah, so I have a Jim ball, and obviously I have my Jim chimes down at the shed. Love it. This arrived... I think I might have it. Maybe I've now got a pair of Jim's balls, as it were. Oh, the little cards come on, and lovely gift tag as well. Let me just pop that down there. Aren't they gorgeous? Aren't they gorgeous? Now the thing is, all my decorations, my Christmas decorations get put, I've got a little box that they stay in for the rest of the year. This I haven't ever put in the box. It actually hangs in my wardrobe on one of my clothes hangers because it's just too cute to put away. So now I'll have two of them in my wardrobe. Oh Jim, thanks, that's gorgeous. So clever. Have some of you done the Argh and Carlos knitted baubles? Actually, I'm sure, because I know you're a very, very crafty lot. You're fabulous with your crafts. Where shall I backed myself into the corner today. I was hoping to get more light and therefore be in focus. Anyway, yes, I'm sure there are loads of you who make your ornaments, or at least make some of them. That's the other thing that I've noticed this year is it's, you know, and this is a good thing. Sorry, I can't get my words out. It's almost like we've sort of gone back in time a bit. Excuse me, I have to blow again. That's better. Yeah, it feels like we've gone back in time a bit somehow, in the best possible way. You know, there's something to be said about looking back and learning from previous periods of history. And certainly, this is definitely going to be a listening to video, isn't it, instead of watching. And taking lessons from history, but not having rose-tinted spectacles. So, for example, if we do things with very simple tools rather than gadgets, because gadgets can break and their little microchips break and we can't use them, let's use a very simple gadget. Let's do what our Victorian forebears would have done, but let's not ever think, excuse me, how pretty to be a Victorian or an Edwardian, and look at me with in my laundry room with my little wooden clothes pegs, and I use wooden clothes pegs, but let's not forget back-breaking work and knuckle-breaking work, scrubbing. So yeah, I'll use my wooden clothes pegs and my wooden era, but thank goodness for washing machines. So anyway, I've kind of thrown myself for a loop saying that. What I mean about this sort of going back in time, I'm talking about sort of simplifying things, and I'm starting to see it out there more and more now, because of we're all starting to now, I'll get my words out in a second, we're now starting to think more and more about sustainability, finally, and thank goodness. So this year, for instance, in the shops, I've seen paper decorations again. Yay, we're back to them. So the ones I remember from when I was a kid were the ones, they were flat, and then so that's a piece of cardboard, that's a piece of cardboard, and in the middle is almost like a tissue paper, and you would open this side out and it would come all the way around and clip there, and it would be a ball, like, you know, a ball or a star sort of shape, but it would be all sort of intricate, sort of like a concertina. I'm not describing it very well, but I know that you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's almost like sort of a honeycomb made from paper, brightly coloured, muted colours, whatever. But I've been seeing those this year, and I think that's great, because for years, excuse me, we have had that sort of design, but made from shiny plasticky foil stuff. In other words, it's not something that you could ever throw away into your recycling bin, or better still, into your compost bin. Better still, don't throw them away, keep them. Yeah, so there seems to be this kind of, we've gone back in time to before all the plastic shiny stuff, but let's be grateful that we have our modern lives that are much easier in many respects. I saw kits for making paper chains. You know, it's just a piece of sugar paper, coloured sugar paper strip that you bend around and glue, and you make your paper chain like that. I loved making paper chains when I was little. So yeah, how great, how fantastic. And it made me think about, there were a few nights ago, might be even a couple of weeks ago now, I was curled up one evening under my quilt. I'm so glad of the warmth in here today. I can't tell you. And that actually fits exactly with what I'm about to say about when we say, you know, what do I want for Christmas? I think, and I certainly hope, that we're all starting to think about what we want and what is actually meaningful, what we really want. So, a couple of weeks ago, I was watching a programme and I saw it on the hub and it just said wartime Christmas. And I think you know, there's a great fascination with I'm talking about the Second World War, with that period of history in the UK. There's a great fascination with it, and like tons of YouTubers will talk about, you know, a dig for victory garden, that sort of thing. And I always hope, and generally people do it with respect, because yes, we can. This is what I mean about we can learn from that. What does it mean to really need to grow our own food? What kind of work and effort does that take? So yes, we can learn from that, but let's not forget they were doing that with the threat of war every day. And we don't have that, thank goodness. I know some people do, but we don't. So I saw this programme advertised, and it was actually a sort of, it was a compilation of a series I'd seen a couple of years ago. It was one of these, you know, put a family in a house, put a family back in time and let them live as if it was the war, and see how, you know, the kids will be like, oh, where's my phone? You know, and the mum, because they kind of put them into gender roles as well. The mum, like, how am I supposed to cook with this, like this cooker, and, you know, that kind of, that premise. We've all seen those kind of shows, I'm sure. So this was a compilation that taken from that original series, because in each series they had Christmas. So they did, I think the first episode was 39 to 41, and you know, you get the idea. So each program was sort of over a couple of years of the war. So how, you know, at the beginning there was no rationing, how rationing came in, the Dig for Victory campaign, how that came in. I know a load of you watch that kind of stuff too and are really familiar with what I'm talking about, so I don't need to talk about it anymore. Hang on. It would just be so much easier if you all just came over here. Anyway, just wet my moustache then. So this compilation, I watched it, and it was a very charming watch. And it really made me think, because that particular evening was one of our really, really cold nights. I think it was -7. I think by then, I don't think my thermals had arrived by then. I mean, I was freezing in here. Thank goodness for the thermals. I've got my thermal top on. I've got my thermal bottoms on as well. But no gloves, no scarf today. Yeah, so I thought about it. I thought, you know, during the war, apart from wishing that the war was over, what were they pleased with? What made them happy on Christmas Day? And of course it was those things like being with their family, being safe with their family or friends, however your family is constructed. Having enough food to enjoy a good meal that day. And a good meal using ration cards. So it wasn't magic. It wasn't, you know, 17 canisters of Pringles, 25 canisters of Twiglets and all the other clobber that people buy for Christmas. It was just a really good, ordinary, you know, it was like an ordinary Sunday roast, but that ordinary Sunday roast wouldn't have happened every week. Enough vegetables to feel full, that sort of thing. And a pudding, and the treat of, you know, Christmas pudding, dried fruit, luxury, such a luxury. And that's what I mean about how maybe now, today, with the cost of living crisis and with more and more awareness about how utterly wasteful our lives have become, maybe we're starting to realise how precious these simple things are, that we shouldn't take them for granted. We should celebrate them, stop having all the excesses and celebrate small, simple stuff, because it's really important. And another thing from watching that was thinking about, so what do I really want? What do I really want for Christmas? I want to be healthy and well. And apart from, you know, rubbish bones, I'm healthy. No cough. Brilliant. So I'm healthy. My friends and family are healthy. I've been seeing lots of friends in the lead up to Christmas. I'll be seeing friends after Christmas, so we'll be together. I'm warm. I've got enough food. I've got a couple of little extras on top, treats that I wouldn't normally have. My French fancies, they're all gone as well. My selection box, my dried figs and my fruit. And really, what more do we need? What more do we need? I mean, I've got some gifts here, which I'm going to start having a look at in a minute. But if I didn't have these gifts sitting here, I'd still be happy today. I'd be happy because I've got a nice glass of wine, I've got you guys for company, and I'm warm. And there ain't no bombs dropping on my roof. Cheers to that. Sorry, weird gurgly noise. And also, while we're cheersing to that, let's also, we just spare a moment of our thoughts each day for those that don't have the food, the nice glass of wine, a decent roof over their head, and who are living under war at the moment. So cheers to them, and hope that tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow, but the day after that, is better for all of them. Hallelujah to that. Yay, went for a top up. Oh, that's a lovely treat. You know what I haven't done yet? Haven't really looked to see what the Christmas specials are for telly. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm kind of a bit out of touch with that. I will go on the computer later on and check all the hubs. I watch things through the hubs. I think I saw a sort of an ad on there for what's it called? Lego Masters. A Christmas Lego Masters special. I love Lego Masters. It's that engineering person in me. But it's a celebrity version, and I don't know which celebrities it is. And I'd seen that. Was it that sparked it all? There's probably a celebrity bake-off going on. And I was thinking how, back to when I was a kid, that was one of the great things about Christmas telly, was your celebrities would appear out of context in something else, and it would be the only time you'd ever see those celebrities out of context. For instance, sorry, my nose is itching me. Let's think of, you would have an actress and you only ever see her acting in, her TV show or a film or on the stage. You'd never see her in any other context. Or a newsreader or a sports person. So as a kid, it was great when it came to Christmas, because that would be the only time you would see, for instance, on the Morecambe and Wise show, they would have guest appearances from these celebrities. And celebrity was a completely different concept in those days, I think. You were a celebrity because you were a star within your field of work. So, for instance, Glenda Jackson on the Morecambe and Wise show. Here's this incredibly kind of very straight, serious, weighty actress suddenly being silly in the Morecambe and Wise show. We'd never see that otherwise. Angela Rippon, very famously, she was a newscaster on the Morecambe and Wise show one Christmas, sitting behind a news desk. And I'm only saying this for anyone who's never seen it before, but deadpan, looks like she's about to read the news, and she starts by saying, "There may be trouble ahead, but while there's music and moonlight," or however let's go, and the desk pulls apart to reveal she's got this glam outfit on, this kind of gossamer skirt that's split right up her thighs, and she breaks into this dance routine. And it was unheard of. It made the headlines the next day. Angela Rippon has legs, she's a newsreader. She's doing something silly. One of my favourites of theirs was tons of other newsreaders, all the men. They did a version of South Pacific. There is nothing like a dame. There is nothing like a dame. And it was all the newsreaders dressed as sailors doing this massive song and dance routine. What is going on in my world? It was brilliant. And then they did all these kind of tumbling tricks and acrobatics. Of course, it was all doubles, but done really, really well. What a joy, an absolute joy. So the Christmas celebrity special of something was it was something to really, really look forward to. And that's all changed now, hasn't it? I mean, like I was just saying about the Lego Masters, I think it's going to be a celebrity one, and Great British Bake Off, a celebrity edition. But it feels like every other show on TV at the moment is a celebrity something or other. And let's face it, from what I see, I don't watch them, but when I see, you know, the roll call, they're not even celebrities. They are a celebrity for being a celebrity, or they're a celebrity because they were in a reality show. In other words, they are no one, they ain't got no talent, they got no skills, they got nothing apart from plumped up lips, hair extensions, fake nails. Anyway, sorry, you know what I mean. Yeah, the celebrity special at Christmas was a real treat in those days. To see, you know, quite serious people completely out of context and being silly. I love seeing people being silly anyway, but especially if it's a really serious person. Now, the other thing that I was thinking about, because I heard about a trailer for it, I'm not sure, I think it might be on the Channel 5 hub, which is called My 5. It's either My 5 or it's on the Channel 4 hub, because they're the two hubs I use. And when I say hub, you go on your computer, it's free. It's all free. You have to watch the adverts is the only thing, but it's free. The one on Channel 5 that I think I might like to look at is the Canterville Ghost. Oh, what is it about Christmas and ghost stories? See, that's the other thing, isn't it? I think around Christmas, there does seem to be, or is that my imagination? There seems to be more ghost stories at Christmas. Obviously, A Christmas Carol. My copy, where's my copy's up there. I'm thinking about something special for next Christmas. I'm already thinking about it, but I'm thinking about it as something for you from me next Christmas by way of Christmas Carol. We'll see. But yeah, I like the idea of the Canterville Ghost. So I'll see when that's on. But otherwise, I don't really know what's on and when. Yeah, I'll have a little look. Maybe the ghost stories at Christmas is because of the lack of daylight. Maybe it's that thing of it's dark. It's dark earlier. Dark if we're living by candlelight and we're all pulled up as close as we can be to the fireside. What else are you going to do apart from tell stories? And what better than a ghost story? Ooh, I like old classic ghost stories. I don't like modern weird supernatural stuff. That just weirds me out. But yeah. You know what? Okay, my dream Christmas present. I just thought of it. It's not going to happen though. But my dream Christmas present would be an open fire where we could burn wood. We're not allowed to burn wood in London. Weirdly, I have been smelling wood burning. If I've been walking outside at sort of 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I can smell wood smoke. People are burning wood. I mean, I don't blame people. I really don't. But we're not allowed to in London. Anyway, yeah, a roaring log fire. So back to my dream Christmas present. Roaring log fire. I'm draped on the sofa. Blanket as well, maybe a hot toddy, and someone else reads to me, but who's a good reader. I like being read to. And my book of choice for a Christmas firesat being read to session, Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Whoa. God, that would be gorgeous. I can dream it, ain't gonna happen. Now, never mind dream presents. What presents did I get? Well, I'm going to this is the food hamper from Nikki. I'm just going to grab, let me see if I can, there's all sorts. Oh my goodness, she's really got, popping corn. Well, there we go. If I do settle down to Canterville Ghost, I can pop myself some corn. Where am I going to put everything? I've properly wedged myself into the corner. Oh, my favourite. Walnuts. Oh my goodness, I love walnuts. I'm going to salivate again. And I can see, I'm not going to bring everything out, but I can see there's rice, there's lentils. Oh, what's this? This is interesting. Oh, some pasta. Do you know what? Oh, this is going to make me cry. This is in paper. Nikki, thank you. Because this is... I'm a firm believer in paying it forward, and not just paying it forward, but you know I believe in sharing and caring for others. And here's this beautiful food hamper, and I feel really spoiled because this is really beautiful, expensive stuff. And I hope that even though the stuff I sent to the food bank is cheap stuff, I hope that you know, never mind. I hope. What's in this? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Morello cherry jam. That deserves some nice bread, so I think I'll go to my Turkish place when it's open. You know what, it might be open anyway. It's one of those kind of places that might be open all through Christmas, so if I go and get myself a loaf of Argh bread, that'll be lovely, either on toast or just on plain bread. How lovely. And what's in here? I guess this must all, because they come like this, a bottle. Oh, apple cider vinegar. Now, I don't tend to use apple cider vinegar. I kind of think, oh, I don't like vinegar, I don't know how to use it. But it's something I keep meaning to look into. So now I have that. Thank you, Nikki. It's best before 2026. So that's plenty of time for me to do a bit of research about how to use it or recipes to use it with. How fantastic. Nikki, this is so wonderful. Thank you, lovely. And there's, oh, I can see some chocolate down there, some chickpeas. What's this? Oh, this is great at the moment. A candle. Have you got something to open, by the way? Why don't you open one of your presents with me? Otherwise, I'm going to look like a spoilt princess. This is Mediterranean fig and olive. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, it's very subtle. It's got a soft, if I say soft, soapy smell, does that make sense? That's really cute. Very simple. Who makes that? Oh, that's Amnesty International. Oh, how perfect. I have a little habit. I don't think I've ever told any of you about this little habit I have. This is going into my soppy bit now. Every now and again, when things in the world... Hang on, I'm just going to grab a last couple of bits. I can see there's some couscous, some porridge oats, oh, nutritional yeast flakes, brilliant, and something else that's wrapped. Oh, you can see what it is. Greek salad dressing. Right, I'm going to have to grow at least one tomato plant next year, aren't I? I wasn't planning on any. This is, oh, it's a blend already. It's a grape vinegar with olive oil, thyme and oregano. I mean, come on. What is, oh, lovely. Yeah, with the candle. So I have a little habit because I'm not Christian. I was brought up Christian. I you know, brought up in a Christian family. The rest of my family are, but I'm not. I won't go into why, it doesn't matter. So I'm not someone who prays. I suppose it's like my version of praying, isn't it? When I think I want to send positive vibes out, and, you know, if a friend is in trouble in any way, obviously my first port of call is speak to them if I can, hug them if I can. If they're not somewhere that I can, you know, physically get to them, write to them, whatever it is that I'm thinking of them. But I always try to have a positive thoughts. I put out positive thoughts. I suppose it's like praying, isn't it? But every now and again, when things get really overwhelming, when I think, oh, you know, God, the world's gone upside down, there's craziness, what is going on? And I'm talking about it because of this. Nikki, thank you. I have a little habit of, I put a candle in my window and light it. Just one candle, just sits there, just for a couple of hours. Once it's dark, maybe people can see it from the street, but it's my it's my little ritual for hope, actually, for want of a better way of putting it. So yeah, I like a candle of hope. Just hope craziness will stop and hope everyone will be okay. Nikki, what an absolutely wonderful hamper. What beautiful food. I am so grateful. Thank you. I want to get in the kitchen and start playing right now. I'm not going to, not quite yet. I haven't finished with you lot yet. So, unless you all want to come in the kitchen and cook with me, no, we're not doing that. You won't all fit. It's a small kitchen. So, go on, grab a present, grab a present. What have you got? Who's it from? What have you got? I'm grabbing a couple from my sister. Grab these because, oh, I wonder what they are. You know, I was just saying a second ago about how, you know, food and knowing my family are healthy and being warm is enough. It is lovely to have a present to open, isn't it? Oh, look at the cover. What is it? What is it? It looks like Angela Lewin. Lewin? I never know how to say her name. The illustrator. It is Angie Lewin. And can you see? Oh, it's gone fuzzy again, hasn't it? Let's do that there. Focus. It's like my teachers when I was a kid at school. Focus. The Book of Pebbles. Oh, okay. So my sister loves the sea as much as me. Actually, we're both Cancer. We're both sea. We're both sea creatures. And as soon as I look at the first line on the back of this, there's reference to a place in Dorset that we both know and love. It says, as someone who lives on Chesil Beach, I know that there are a couple of you who live on Portland. Hello, Portland. Gorgeous place to live. Oh, sorry, for non-Brits or maybe people who don't even know Dorset, Chesil Beach is more towards the west of Dorset. But it's a long, is it 15 miles long or something crazy? And the most easterly part of Chesil Beach, then you're sort of going into Portland. So anyway, I digress. As someone who lives on Chesil Beach, Christopher Stocks is uniquely well placed to talk about the visceral appeal of pebbles, the sounds they make as they are ground together. By the waves and their physical properties, their weight and heft, their smooth shapes seeming almost designed to be held in the hand. Too right, I've got a pebble from Chesil Beach on my bathroom, on the rail above the tongue and groove. And I love, this is an artist, I absolutely adore her. This flaming fuzzy is going to do my nut. Gorgeous. I can't wait to get stuck in. You can't see any of that, can you? Because it's fuzzy. Honestly, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do about it. People say, oh, you need a new camera, but there are some, you know, when I'm in the kitchen, it doesn't do it. when I'm in the garden it doesn't do it. Let's see if, oh, we're focused again. Let's see if I can share some of this with you. Whoopla. Oh my giddy goodness. Look, bladder rack. Is that bladder rack? It's not got any bladders. Oh, beautiful. Oh, look at that. Right, well, that is a book to be devoured. But to be devoured slowly. I shall try to devour it slowly and not be greedy. Oh, that's going to be gorgeous. I know, I'm going to love that. That might be another one for when I'm having my Radox bath to pretend I'm in the sea. Oh, thank you, Sissio. I think this is a book too. What did you get? Was it something lovely? Or was it something precious? Was it something that you didn't know you wanted and now you've got it in your hand, you realise, yes, it's exactly the sort of thing you wanted. And, ooh, oh, pretty fuzzy. Let me get the paper off. It's a diary. Is it a day planner? It's a day planner. Oh, nice. Lots. It's, yeah, masses of, oh, brilliant. Brilliant. I'm going to be so organised in 2023. But it's, let me take that off. We don't need it. It's Cath Kidston fabric. Isn't that pretty? That is so me. Oh my God, thank you, sis. That is gorgeous. And it's got a nice, you know that, just reading on the back of the pebbles, he talked about the heft being perfect in the hand. I like a notebook that's got the right kind of heft. So even though the covers are stiff, there's enough bend for it to feel cosy in the hand. Now, I'm not one to make New Year's resolutions. We'll come on to that in a week's time when we get to the end of the year. But I'm going to have to be the most uber planner next year, aren't I? Because of moving. I'm going to have to really, really be a planner then. Because, you know what? I'm going to still have the same sort of workload as I have now. I'm going to try and lessen the garden workload. That's a big thing. I've been saying for ages about I'm going to minimise the garden next year, so slightly less work. But I'm still going to have a lot of work to do. And then all the extra stuff to fit in for the flat move. So, thanks, Sissio. What did you get? Oh, do you know what? I've got 2 more from my sister. Which one shall I do? Shall I do both? Let's do this one. She's a good big sister. I need to blow my nose again. I can't be bothered turning camera on and off. You just have to excuse me this time. Excuse me. The way I see it though, it's like, you know, Christmas lunch when we all sit down, everyone's got good manners to start with, and by the end of Christmas lunch, everyone's like, well, who cares? I've been chatting long enough now to not care about blowing my nose. Oh. No giveaways on the box. I'm going to keep the box down here for a minute because on the outside of it, my sister's address